Hello, and welcome to Romeo and Juliet, Section 5, Lesson 2, Gathering Evidence. Today, you will refine your thesis statements by participating in a peer revision. You will use the Gather Evidence section of the Culminating Task tool to gather evidence from the text to support your thesis statement. You will continue to gather evidence and complete the outlining section of the Culminating Task tool. For this lesson, you will need your Culminating Task tool, your Text Theme Understanding tool, and your Film Theme Understanding tool. You will also need your Argument, Connecting Ideas, Avoiding Plagiarism, and Organization reference guides. Before we get too bogged down in this lesson, let's look at that culminating writing task prompt that you'll be addressing. How is a theme developed in the text Romeo and Juliet and in a film version of the play? Choose a theme from the play. Compare and contrast the way in which the theme is developed in the play and the movies. Write a literary analysis in which you state your response and logically and sufficiently support your response with claims. Here are our learning targets for this lesson. Can you analyze the way a theme is developed in the text and the film? Can you locate and synthesize details from a text and a film to support your claim? You will revise your content and ideas to ensure your work is appropriate to the task, purpose, and audience. This will help you develop your work. So what you're going to do is you're going to review the prompt and ask your partner the questions. What type of prompt is this? What are the parts to this prompt? What elements must be included in a response for this prompt? Your work should appropriately address the task. Remember that your response and supporting claims and explanations should be accurate, relevant, evidence-based, and logical. You will have 5 minutes to complete this activity with your partner. Now you're going to read your thesis statement to your partner. You will ask your partner the questions. Does the thesis statement answer all parts of the prompt? Is there enough evidence in the text to support the thesis statement? What changes, if any, need to be made to the thesis statement? You will repeat the process with your partner's work. You will need to make any necessary revisions to the content and ideas in your work. You will have 5 minutes to complete this activity with your partner. You are going to gather and organize evidence from Romeo plus Juliet, directed by Baz Luhrmann, West Side Story, directed by Steven Spielberg, and Romeo and Juliet, directed by Franco Zeffirelli, as well as the play Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare, to prepare to write. In doing so, you will organize evidence and gather evidence from the movies and the play to support your claim from the previous activity. You will need to record your evidence on the Gather Evidence section of the Culminating Task tool. You will need to gather and organize as much evidence as you can, as you will use this evidence in your work. You will have 20 minutes to complete this activity. You will now revise your content and ideas to ensure your work is appropriate to the task, purpose, and audience. This will help you develop your work. You are going to read your partner's thesis, statement, and evidence as well this time, and ask yourself the questions. Does the evidence adequately support the thesis statement? What evidence does your partner still need to gather? What evidence should be eliminated or replaced? Then you will make any necessary revisions to the content and ideas in your own work. You will have 10 minutes to complete this activity. You're going to spend a few more minutes gathering and organizing evidence from the movies and the play to prepare to write. You will gather and organize evidence in preparation for composing your work. You will need to organize evidence from the Luhrmann-directed Romeo plus Juliet, the Spielberg-directed West Side Story, and the Zeffirelli-directed Romeo and Juliet, plus the play Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare to support your claim from the previous activity. You will need to record your evidence on the Gather Evidence section of the Culminating Task tool. You're only going to spend another 5 or so minutes working on this, as we've already spent quite a bit of time in this lesson working on this activity. So make sure you make the most of those 5 minutes. Now you're going to create an outline to organize your work. You will review the culminating task prompt, your thesis statement, and the evidence you have gathered. You will complete the outlining section of the culminating task tool to organize the supporting claims and evidence for your work. You will have 10 minutes to complete this activity. Congratulations! You have completed Section 5, Lesson 2 of the Romeo and Juliet unit. In this lesson, you analyzed the way a theme is developed in the text and the film, and you located and synthesized details from a text and film to support a claim.